Tonight is the beginning of a movement to put Danny Alvarez on the bench. So that wasn't my job tonight. My job tonight is to introduce the next speaker, who's one of my best friends on the planet, also one of the most authentic human beings I've ever met, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet in your life. He's, in my mind, America's favorite sheriff.
Yes.
Hillsborough County is lucky to call him our sheriff, Sheriff Chad Chronister.
Yes.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you for that kind introduction, and a warm welcome to all of you, and thank you for being here this evening. First of all, I look around and I see that I'm the most underdressed person in the room, but I do have an explanation. This is stop 11 today. My wife and I have one more stop, and then I have the most important stop. I have the rest of the evening off, and it's date night at Phil Collins tonight, so I can shed the jacket. So I apologize for being underdressed, but certainly don't want to miss such an important evening as tonight. When I was appointed sheriff by the governor a couple of years ago and got elected, right when I got appointed, I knew that we had to make a new move. I knew that the sheriff's office is filled with almost 4,000 employees, hardworking, passionate, dedicated employees that do so much for our community. But the community never knows what they do. We never know what the sheriff's office does because you never hear about it. What do you hear? You hear when an employee makes a mistake, or when you arrest somebody, and it's such a small part of what we do. So I met with Danny because I knew how passionate he was. I knew that Danny always looks for the next challenge. You know, whether it's early in his career when he was jumping out of airplanes for whatever crazy reason, you know, or going to law school, having the fortitude to get a job, go work at his own law firm, helped so many other candidates. And how I got to know Danny is he served on our Hispanic Advisory Council, and he was volunteering exorbitant amount of time, and I see some of our members here tonight, and I'm always so grateful. But I told Danny when I met with him for breakfast, and Danny probably thought I was nuts, I said, Danny, I want you to come work for the sheriff's office. I said, I want you to be the person. You are the perfect person who loves to do the heavy lifting, the pick and shovel work. You're always making sure that you're the voice for those who don't have a voice. You're an advocate for those who need to be advocated for. I said, when someone thinks about integrity, you think about Danny Alvarez. So what a perfect fit for the sheriff's office at the time to come in and help us tell that story. So I said, Danny, I'd like to hire you as our chief communications officer. Help us build that story. Because we knew by building that story it would help us build transparency. Now, all of you think in this room, how you go on Facebook, and you haven't seen people here. Sometimes there's people that we've never even met those individuals. But we feel like we have a relationship with them because we see them on Facebook. You see them through social media. You get to know them. And what's the most important thing that comes out of that relationship? I talk about it all the time, and that's trust. In modern day law enforcement, you have to have trust. You have to have the support and confidence of the community that you serve, or you're going to be ineffective. I said, Danny, heavy lifting. Need you to be the one to do it. We'll build the team around you. We need to move forward. We want to be out in the community more. We want to be more involved in charitable organizations. We want you to help us do it. So he goes, I'll call you back. I said, okay, well, you know, I couldn't wait to become sheriff. I got to hire somebody, right? First person put me on the back burner, put me on the cooler. So the good news is I didn't even get in my car, didn't even start the car. The air conditioner didn't even cool the car. When he called back and he goes, I'll take the job. I want to do it. He goes, let me figure out how I'm going to close my law firm down. I don't know what I'm going to do here. He goes, but I'm all in. And he goes, I think there's a lot of opportunity for growth there. I know what you're saying. And those of you who know Danny know that he never shies away from a challenge. I think Danny would have done it just for the challenge. And you think about the challenges that lie ahead in the criminal justice system and how it's evolving, how our community, how our society is evolving. You need judges that can evolve too. You know, when you think about our young people don't need to be in jail. They need judges that can get them the help that they need. Same thing with adults. That's what they need, treatment, whether it's mental health, whether it's opioid. This world's not filled with that many bad people, contrary to popular belief. It's filled with people who need help. It's filled with children who need help. And what a great opportunity to get an individual like a Danny Alvarez on the bench, regardless of civil, criminal, circuit, it doesn't make a difference. Someone that could get in there and be that advocate. And again, be that person that's forward thinking, that has the vision, that can be impartial. And I don't know if there's anything I'm supposed to shy away from when you're talking about a judge, because there's so many rules.
Hey, not for you.
Not for me. I can say what I want. That doesn't happen very often. Usually I'm the one with all the rules. So I want to encourage all of you again to get involved. You know, we all say, and you hear it all the time, elections have consequences. And when I look around this room, I have to tell you, as your sheriff, I beam with pride. It's a Thursday night. We live busy lives. You could be in front of the TV right now with your feet propped up. But you're here because you want to make sure the right person gets on the bench and can help our county move forward. With 2,000 people moving here every day. Think about that for a second. We're already the most populous, second most populous county in the state of Florida. We better have those visionaries, those forward thinkers, those people who are about building relationships, those partnerships, and people who understand how partnerships work. We need individuals like that if we're going to continue the success of what we have, the great legacy of the criminal justice system here in Hillsborough County. So it brings me a great honor, without any further ado, to please welcome the next great judge in the county of Hillsborough County, Danny Alvarez.
I was that I didn't worry about, you know, how much I made, because I didn't really care. I didn't even know. I just wanted to have a purpose. So when the sheriff came and asked me that question, the reason that I made him wait till his air conditioning was turned on was like, dude, don't act. Don't act like you're jumping out of your chair for this opportunity, because I was. And the reason that I tell you that is because I have a lot of my HCSO family here, and I look at you, each one in the eyes, and I tell you, I have never been happier or more proud to be associated with a group of men and women than I have for the last 2.5 years. And I tell you that with an open heart, because as I make this move to leave the thing that I love, I'm telling you that I'm only doing that because of y'all's example that makes me know and think that I have more to do. I have more that I need to do. I have more that I want to do. I want to serve. That's what I was put on this earth for. I have made money. That didn't give me satisfaction. The things that give me satisfaction, God, my children, and serving this country and this county. Sheriff, thank you for that opportunity, and thank you for opening my eyes to what I was really, really supposed to do. I thought when I got out of the Army and I became a lawyer that I would find my satisfaction in making money, and then I could, you know, get anything I wanted and do anything I wanted. And then I felt that was a void that was empty. So then I became, like he said, a super volunteer. I just wanted to do everything I could. And that wasn't enough. I'm a child of 2 immigrants who came here from Cuba, not because they wanted to, but because they were forced to, because a system collapsed around them and told them that the system was more important than them and their rights. I'm here to tell you that if I'm elected to judge, there is one thing that you can count on, and that law is the highest power, and we will respect it, we will honor it, and we will cherish it like it was written the very, very first day. And I'll tell you this. What stands before you is a guy who literally puts his pants on just like you. I don't think I'm anything special, because I know that I'm not. I'm just a guy who wants a chance, all right? And the difference is, what the sheriff said is absolutely true. When I'm on the bench, the thing that I'll tell you is what I'll remember is that what it's like to be raised by a mom and a dad for $40,000 a year with 3 kids, and we're trying to figure out what to pay today to make sure that we can make it to tomorrow. These are the things that we don't forget. The things that I learned when I was crossing behind the yellow line, right? Knowing that there are a lot of really good people that sometimes make bad decisions, okay? When a bad guy does a bad thing, they've got to pay the price. But what you need is a judge with a temperament that understands that not everyone is bad. Not everyone has done the wrong thing. And at the same time, when that bad guy is caught, that they pay the price and they're accountable to the people that caught them and that they did the wrong to. And you're looking at the guy who's ready to do that. It's a long journey, and I'm ready for it. When we were done, the sheriff said, listen, Danny, I don't want you to be the chief communications officer anymore. I want you to take on this new job so that you can concentrate on a bigger role at the office and do bigger things. And I said, absolutely, let's do it. And I said, you know what, we'll run a campaign at the same time. And then he said, I don't think you really know what you're talking about. And he's right. He sets a really big shadow by a really big example, and I'm honored to be running side by side with the sheriff. Thank you for your support, Sheriff. It means the world, absolutely, to me. To see what he has become from when he started to now, he has taken on a greater role. He is the leader. He is the top leader in Hillsborough County, but I'm going to tell you something. The example that he set for me is one thing. Be what you're supposed to be, but never forget where you came from, and always remember you're just a guy. So, as we go on to November 2020, if you need me to go somewhere, just let me know. I really want to go to every part of this county. We're not going to win this with dollars. We're not going to win this with great fancy Instagram, even though I think my Instagram is pretty fancy. We're going to win this by taking this message to the people whose seat this belongs to and tell them that I'm the guy I think that should have it, should earn it, and I'm willing to go out there and pay that price. Thank you, everyone, for coming. I appreciate it. Stay behind. Let's get to know each other. And thank you for your support. I really appreciate it.